Thank you and welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is President Obama's stimulus plan, and we're fortunate to have with us to talk about President Obama's stimulus plan, Pastor Ronnie T. Mitchell. And of course, Pastor Ronnie T. Mitchell is the pastor of New Livingstone Church in East Nashville. And of course, Pastor Mitchell,
yes, sir.
Let me welcome you to the show this morning.
Thank you.
And to tell you, Pastor, how delighted we are to have you with us this morning, and especially to talk about what we consider to be a very, very important program.
Yes, sir.
And that is President Obama's stimulus plan.
Yes, sir.
But now, before we get into that, Pastor, let's see if we can have you to give us some information about Pastor Ronnie T. Mitchell.
Yes, sir.
That is information about your background, your education, some of the things that were important, right, and eventually leading you to us this morning, and then we'll talk about the stimulus plan.
Well, Dr. Haney, first of all, let me just say thank you for allowing us this opportunity to come at such a pivotal time in our history. Again, I'm Ronnie T. Mitchell, senior pastor of New Livingstone Church, lifelong resident of Nashville, Davidson County, the second son of Charles and Julia Mitchell. And my dad had a record shop called the Jam Record Shop, which stood for Jubilant Area of Music. And from the time I was in the 9th grade, I had the responsibility of working in that record shop, developing a work ethic, learning how to interact with people, learning how to conduct business. And that provided me with a foundation that has prepared me for this journey that we are on now. I'm a 1971 graduate of North High School. I had a nickname, Clay Street Slim. Okay. It was back during the days of Joey Gillum playing quarterback at Tennessee State University. I was quarterback at North High School. North High was located on Clay Street, and so inadvertently I became known as Clay Street Slim. Yes, sir. Tennessee State University with a criminal justice major. Unfortunately, I did not graduate from Tennessee State, but went on to start a family, worked at Worthing Industries over on 8th Avenue, which is now condominiums. And then I was blessed to move into management and management training. I ran the Red Ace gas station down at 8th and Jefferson there in North Nashville, which later changed to MAPCO Gasoline Marketers. And then after that, I went to work at Goodyear, again, engaged in sales, interacting with people. Then went to work for the government in 1986, which I'm still now employed. I am with the Codes and Building Safety Department of the Metropolitan Government, and we are charged with the enforcement of the Building and Zoning and Property Standard Code to make sure the quality of life in Nashville is enhanced and kept at a high level. Again, I've been there for over 20 years. In 2005, we were looking at the condition in the community and saw that a lot of construction work was going on, particularly in the the Sam Levy project area. And we noticed that all of the work was being done by other ethnic minorities and supervised by members of the majority community. And when we inquired about it, we were informed that there were no blacks in the construction industry. And to this day, that is a problem that faces us, that we must change, and that is one of the main reasons why I'm here, because it was in March of 2005 that we organized the Middle Tennessee Diversity Contractors Association. We are a group that is committed to the idea of opening doors of opportunities for those that are socially and economically disadvantaged. We're located right here in Nashville, Tennessee, and in fall of 2008, fall of last year, we had the opportunity to listen to our esteemed mayor, Carl Dean, at a poverty symposium where he chartered a course to reduce poverty in Nashville by 50% over the next 10 years. And so in exhorting and encouraging us, he reminded us that we need not fear innovation. And so to that extent, we've come with a program that is innovative, that is comprehensive, that is doable. And we believe that the immediate listening audience and anyone that hears this broadcast would be willing to step to the plate and help us all they can.
And so you do believe that the stimulus plan, of course, I think we're getting ready for our first commercial break, but in terms of statements in reference to it, you do believe that the stimulus plan that Mr. Obama has laid out can successfully help meet the needs that you feel that we have in bringing more people into the economy.
The potential is there, but what we must make sure is that grassroots citizens mass to make sure that we are at the table as it relates to the monies being dispersed, spent, and accounted for.
And so the plan is there, but you're here as you're indicating to make sure that we are aware of it and we know how to access that money, because simply because it's there does not necessarily mean that we have access to it. Is that right?
Exactly.
And of course, we're going to take our first commercial break, Pastor, and then we'll come back and get into some aspects of it. And we'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial break.